We're asked to solve the following equation. By solve, that means get the variable, in this case x, all by itself on one side of the equal sign. And that'll tell us what number value for x makes this a true statement, makes it equal. Now, you see that we have fractions. So what we want to do is we want to multiply each side by the least common denominator. In this case, 10. So it's going to be 10 over 1. I'm going to put parentheses around my numerator. And on the other side, I'm going to multiply by 10 over 1, and I'm going to put parentheses around this numerator. That's because I'm multiplying that numerator times the entire numerator times the numerator 10. Okay, and that just helps me to keep that straight. Now, I'm going to go to green to reduce things. So 2 goes into 2 once, and it goes into 10 5 times. So I'm left here with 5 times that entire numerator, 3x plus 2. And that equals, and over here, 5 goes into 5 once and 10 twice. So I have 2 times 6x minus 3, that whole numerator. And you may wonder why I wrote the 2 first. Multiplication is commutative, which means 6x minus 3 is one thing being multiplied, and 2 is the other thing being multiplied. I can change the order that I write them. That's the commutative property of multiplication. And it just makes it easier. It looks like we're used to having it look. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to distribute. On both sides, we're going to distribute those numbers. So we will get 5 times 3x, which is 15x, plus 5 times 2, which is 10. And that equals 2 times 6x, which is 12x. And then 2 times negative 3 is minus 6. So now it's looking a little bit better, but we still have x terms on both sides of our equation. So we're going to move that 12x that's on the right over to the left by subtracting it from both sides of the equation. 15x minus 12x will give us 3x, plus the 10 is still there, equals 12x minus 12x gives us 0, so those go away, and we have just the negative 6 over here. Now that 10 is over on the left-hand side with the x term, and we don't want it there. So we want to do the opposite of adding 10. We want to subtract the 10 to move it over to the other side. And when we do that, we're going to have 3x equals negative 16. Now the x is still multiplied by 3, and we don't want that. We want x all by itself, so we're going to do the inverse of multiplication, which is division. And we'll divide both sides by 3. 3 divided by 3 over on the left side gives us a 1, so we're left with x all by itself on that side equal negative 16 over 3. Now that doesn't reduce because there are no common factors in the numerator and denominator, so we're just going to leave it in its improper fraction form.